Hi everyone, my name is Paul and I want to talk to you today about a principle that has stood me in good stead over the last 25 years of my life. Right now I'm a senior leader of a church in Manchester and I oversee churches throughout the UK and throughout Europe. I'm also a trustee of several charities and I've started up different charities, businesses and ministries in this nation, throughout Europe and around the world. But this principle is something that is so simple, but yet it will enable you to be able to continue to make the right progress. Because progress is only good if you're going in the right direction. In my new book, Leading Broken People, there's actually a chapter on this, and it's called the satnav method, or if you're from America or somewhere like that, the GPS method. And we all know what that is. We all know what one of those is. They're wonderful instruments that help us to get where we're going. I remember back in the day when I was young, we didn't have satnavs, we didn't have GPS, and we would go by people's directions that they would give us. It was word of mouth. We would go by landmarks. We would, we kind of make it happen, maps. And I don't know if any of you can ever remember, being in a car trying to unfold an A to Z while you're driving. Well, we don't need to do that anymore. And you don't need to be living like that or doing that in your business or your ministry or even in your life. Because this method, the satnav method, can help you to be able to make the right progress. I'm going to tell you how it works. This is something that has blessed me and it's continued to help me to make progress, to keep going forward and keep driving forward to reach my goals. So what does the satnav do? Well, it does three things. The first thing it does is it locks in your location. Now that might seem, very obvious, but if we want to break it down a little bit more, your location is really where you are at, where you're at right now. That's your location. And it's essential that you understand where you're at. What is it that you've got going on? Who are you right now? What are the resources that are at your disposal? Where are you in life? Where are you in your business? Where are you right now? Your location. Then after it locks in your location, then you've got to enter a destination. Now, that might seem obvious again, but you'll be surprised how people fall down at their goal setting within their lives, within their businesses, within their ministries. You've got to set reasonable goals. Where is it that you want to get to? What is it the next stage? What is your destination? So you then enter your destination, and then the satnav, the GPS, it begins to then give you instructions. And the thing is this might seem very, very simple, and it is. But when you break it down and you begin to work it, this will operate at every single level of your life. So let's have a look at it real quick. Your location. Here's some stuff about your location. You've got to be honest about where you're at. It also deals with your identity. Who do you think you are? Not who other people tell you that you are. Who do you think you are? Who are you right now? Where are you right now? Sometimes people think that they're in a place that they're not. You want to start a business, you want to start a ministry, you want to start an organization, but you're not in the right place to do that just yet. You have to be very, very honest about your location. You've got to know where you're at. I had a guy phone me once, he said, Pastor, I want to come to your house, can you give me directions? I said to him, sure. I said, where are you? He said, I don't know. I said, well, turn left. What am I going to tell you? If you don't know where you are, how can I give you directions to get where it is that you want to get to? So this is one of the key points in any endeavor, in any business endeavor, in any ministry endeavor, in fact, even in your personal life, is being really honest about where you are and who you are. For this, it really helps to have an accountability structure. Have people around you that you give permission to talk honestly into your life, to tell you where you're at, because we've all got blind spots. But if you've got some people around you that can say to you, you know what, you're not where you think you are right now. Maybe you need to reconsider this. Maybe this is not for now, maybe this is for later. Maybe you need to work on some stuff. But your location is important. Then if you can get that down, if you get that set, you might be ready. You might be educated enough. You might have the right startup resource, whatever it is. In your own self, you're ready, you're free to actually start making progress. Then you've got to set your destination. And the thing is this, too many people set destinations that are either too far, where it's impossible to get to, or they're not far enough. Let me break that down. You can set a destination. If for example, I'm sitting in Manchester and I put on my GPS in my car, my satnav, and I set it for Indonesia, it's not going to work. It's too far. There's too many variables. And sometimes what people want to do is they want to set their goal too far ahead. But you've got to set it to a reasonable target. So for example, if I'm in Manchester and I want to go to Scotland, that's doable. If I want to go to Cornwall, that's doable. And I know I'm using the geographic analogy here, but when you start getting seas in the way, when you start getting the Atlantic or the Channel or some obstacle like that, then you have to reconsider and reset your destination. Some people don't set their destination far enough. There's no point me setting my GPS to go down the street or even to go somewhere that I've been before, because I should know the way. When you set your destination, you've got to set your destination to get to a place that you've never been to before, but that it's not got so many obstacles in the way that it's just a fantasy. Once you then set that destination, you want a business, you want to have a startup, you set a plan. It might be a year plan, a 2-year, 3-year plan. It might be that you want to be in this position by next year. Whatever it is, you want to get this job, you want to get educated to this standard. I've done all of those things. I've been educated to a master's level, master's degree. I've started, as I said, churches and businesses. And once you've set that destination and it's far enough away that you've never been there before, so you're going to need help to get there, but it's not so far away that it's just beyond, all reason, then once that's in place, then you start getting the instructions. And here's the thing, you're never going to make the place that you want to get to on your own. You're just not going to do it. You need footsteps, you need mentors, you need guides, you need coaches, you need business partners, you need investors, you need bankers, you need tax, lawyers, whatever it is. You're going to need help along the way. You're going to need some instruction. Now, when it comes to getting the instructions must be helping you to get to where it is that you wanted to get to, from where it is that you're at. There's no point taking an instruction from someone that's going to take you off on a diversion. It's going to take you somewhere different. You've got the instructions have got to be taking you in the right direction. That's how you manage the instructions. People have said to me, how do you know who to listen to? Well, you listen to the people that are going to help you get to where it is that you want to go. Are they helping you go in the right direction? Sometimes what they say is not easy to take. Sometimes it might hurt your ego. Sometimes they burst your bubble because you're getting too big. Sometimes they challenge you more than you want to be challenged. Sometimes they're telling you you have to change in areas that you're not comfortable to change in. But as long as they're helping you to get to where it is that you want to go, they're the voices that you need to listen to. And the thing is this, every instruction has to be followed through. This is where follow through comes in. It's very important. Let's get back to the satnav scenario. You put on your satnav, you know where it is, it's locked in your location, you enter your destination, it gives you your first instruction, go 100 yards and turn right. You want to go 150 miles, but it's telling you go 100 yards and turn right. Some people, they don't want to do that. They just want to do the 150 miles. They don't want to do the first 100 yards. But if you don't do the 100 yards and turn right, you're not going to get the next instruction. It's not going to work. It's not going to fit. There's something called irreducible complexity. And what that is, that's a philosophical viewpoint that says that, for example, if you've got a structure with different parts in it, if you take out one of those key parts, then the whole structure is not going to work. It's like having a bike, and everything works. You can pedal the bike, but take off the pedals, the bike's not going to work. Irreducible complexity. It means that there are things that have to be in place in order for everything to work. So what happens if you partially do what you've been instructed to do? So you go 50 yards and then you park your car. You're still not going to get another instruction. What about if you go off track? Well, then the only instruction you're going to get in a satnav is make a U-turn, right? Get back onto the path. Get back onto the road. And when you've got key people, key mentors, key coaches in place around you that you trust, and that you trust to direct you in the path that you want to go, then they will be the voices that will keep you on that track. But you have to do what it is that they tell you to do. You want to start a business? Well, you have to register your business. You want to start a charity? Well, you have to get a charity number from the Charity Commission. You have to get a bank account. And this is all simplified stuff. But this works on every single level. You have to do these things in the right order so that you can get the right result. There will be times of acceleration. There will be times when there's an added length in between instructions. But the thing is this is how it works. So if you don't ever have to be confused again about starting anything, maintaining anything, or breaking new limits. This method works. It's worked for me over all of these years in complicated situations. And here's a couple of other things. Your location is not always going to be set in the same place. You're going to grow. You're going to develop. You're going to increase your capacity, your understanding, your resource, your reach. You're going to be different as a person. You're not going to be a student trying to start or a business startup. You might have already got a well-running, profitable business, an amazing church, whatever it is, and you might want to start more stuff, branch out into different areas. Your location's changed, but it's got to be locked in. You've got to know where you're at. Same principle applies. Then you set another destination, and then you receive different instructions on how to get there. This is the satnav method. It's worked for me for 25 years. I believe it will work for you. If you think it's too simple, well, be complicated then. But what I've found is that, the simple things, they work the best. So lock in your location, know who you are, know where you are, know where you want to go, and then listen to the instructions from other people that have been there or know how to help you get where it is that you want to go. So God bless you. Start the journey, press the buttons, do what it is you got to do.